guys, don't forget to subscribe and help the channel get to 170,000 subs. Hola, hola, Bafetu. Hola, hola, Brajabu.
Hola, hola. Coach KB.
Welcome back. Hey, Brajabu.
Yeah.
We want to touch on the 2026 World Cup.
Oh, yes.
It's few months. What, 5 months away?
Yeah, we are actually 5 months away.
Yeah, looking at the national team.
Mm.
It's just unfortunate today I don't have my national team T-shirt.
Yeah.
What's your take? How ready are we? Or before we say how ready are we,
Yeah.
what needs to be changed onto that team in order for us to compete? Or even before I go there, Braja,
Yeah.
do you think we make it out of the group stages come World Cup?
Hey, Coach KB indaba yabafana bafana enzima ngoba you know, a team that is not consistent, sometimes it's even difficult for you to predict ukuthi what needs to happen, because I believe ukuthi if unabadlali ofuna ukudlala ngabo, why can't you stick to them? Why kuba nama chopping and changes kwamanye ama positions? Because we are fresh from AFCON now, which in my opinion, really, the Cameroon game, it's a game that we're not supposed to lose. I mean, if you approach the game with 7 defenders, I'm going to include the 3 that we're playing in the middle. And the 5, or rather the 4, that was playing at the back. You are defending against a team that is not attacking you. You know, so those are the questionable things that we might say about the team. I think the coach might have gotten it wrong. And going back to your question, whether we're ready for
No,
World
but
Cup.
Braja, before you go there,
Yeah.
do you really think the coach got it wrong? And I'll tell you why. I when I saw the lineup,
Yeah.
I was off my head. I'm like, the coach is messing things up. But if we really look at the first 15 minutes,
Yeah.
we should have scored 2 to 3 goals.
Yeah, no, true. I
You
agree.
see? So for me, when I looked at that after the game, because I think we are still hurt, we are trying to find an scapegoat, and currently
we are
everyone,
ahead, of course.
everyone is
We are
just
ahead.
blaming Hugo Bruce. But
Yeah.
let's go back, look at that first 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
We have those clear-cut chances. I mean, those are clear-cut chances. Your Relay Mofokeng's chance,
Yeah.
the Relay that we know, very composed. If he doesn't chip, he will even dribble the defenders.
Yeah, sure.
But there he rushed things up.
Yeah.
Your Kabini, that chance, just loop the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
You look at
then
it,
it's a goal.
It's a goal. You look at
Yeah.
it in the first 10 minutes, it's 2 goals.
Yeah.
It's 2-0.
Okay.
So now, if you take that, we need to give credit to the coach. The
Okay.
coach came with a plan,
Okay.
which worked. But because we did not capitalize on those chances, hence why today you and I are here, and majority of South Africans, we can say, no, Hugo Bruce got it wrong. But let's say in that, for those 10 minutes,
Yeah.
had we scored those goals,
Yeah.
we might have been singing a different tune.
No, I fully agree with you. But remember, you know, I think kumele ngihlale no Coach KB studio. You know why? It's because Coach KB akathathi into njengoba injalo agijime ngayo. So I've seen when we are together that he will say something and I will have a different view. You need that kind of a person when you are doing these things.
Yeah.
So Coach KB, the duty of each and every coach is to read the game. I understand that we couldn't convert our chances. But here's the second half.
Yes.
Immediately after the second half, the opponent scores a goal. You are trailing 2-0 now. Make changes, coach. Make changes. Whatever changes that you are going to make, but at least make changes. Because the changes that the coach has done nearly worked. The only problem is that we are being scored in 46 minutes. And when your changes will only be effected around 61 minutes. It's gone, Lento, Coach KB.
But you know, Braja, in coaching, there's a saying that says you need to be very precise with your substitute.
But you are precise.
Yeah, but you know, someone there's a guy by the name of Agent, ne?
Yeah.
Always on the lives.
Yeah.
Which I spoke to him and we looked at him like, you know, sometimes you always keep yourself in the game. As a coach, you always say, let me stay in the game. As long as it's 2-0, you are still
Yeah,
within
in
the
a game.
range.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe that's what, because I'll tell you one thing. I didn't agree with the subs that he made. The only sub that I agreed to that he made
Yeah.
is the Mahoba sub, which
Yeah.
I felt it was late. But between you and I, we know Mahoba. He might have scored that beautiful goal.
Yeah.
But there's high chances that he might have missed an open net. You and I know.
This is a different Mahopa.
Oh, now
the
things
Mahopa
have
of
changed.
this season
It's a different one.
It's on another level.
Okay,
coach.
let's
Unless
give it-
if you haven't monitored the
No, I
Mahopa
have seen
that
the
we have-
development.
Yeah, there are serious. He has improved a lot.
So
a
for
lot.
me, that's the only sub I feel he should have made it earlier.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the sub of Apolis coming off.
Yeah.
Despite whatever plan that you have.
No.
Apolis has been the best player for me.
Yeah.
I think the coach missed it there. Now I'm gonna touch on the other player whom I feel is an scapegoat
Yeah.
to everyone. Kabini.
Okay.
Before we go to Ngeza.
Yes.
Everyone is saying, no, Mudiba could have done better there. But look at the chances that Kobini got. It's
Yeah.
because they were played through. Mudiba doesn't want you to play the ball forward for him to run it because he's a good ball player.
But coach, look at the changes that Mudiba
Okay.
made when he was introduced.
True. You know,
Because
bruh,
you can't take away experience.
no,
sometimes.
that I agree.
The Mudiba that we're talking about, it's a Mudiba that is consistently playing continental football. So those are the factors. But I would say, coach, without necessarily pointing fingers into
at
the
anyone.
players,
Yeah.
the coach, and everything. I think that our approach as a country was not spot on, because even if you look into the group stages, the games that we played there, we didn't do well, to be quite honest. There were games where we saw that we were just lucky here to get the result. But then what do we do? Because the main question is that are we ready for a World Cup? And my answer is going to be no.
We are not ready.
And here the aspect that I think still needs to be fixed. One, when you go to AFCON, World Cup, I will always emphasize this point, Coach KB. The 12th player becomes very important. You know, very, very important. You are going to an AFCON that is played in a continent here in Africa. It's not far.
Yeah.
You can't even take 100 or so of your fans to go and back Bafana.
Mama Joy was there.
No, I'm not talking about individuals.
You need
I'm talking
supporters
about
base.
the supporters that will be, taken by our federation to go and because the 12th man becomes very important. You are playing against Cameroon that is having 6,000 or 7,000 people that are supporting them, making noise for our boys, singing songs that they don't know. There's no maybe 100. I'm not talking about a lot because I don't think we're that poor as a country, or as a federation, because we're still rated the best in a continent. So I don't think we're that poor to say maybe let's just have 100. I'm not talking about a lot. I'm saying 100 that will just sing behind the poles and encourage our boys. Psychologically, that means a lot to the players. So now that we are preparing for the World Cup, I know your SAFA, your PSL, everybody that is involved in football fraternity in South Africa is watching these channels, is watching the fans when they are speaking. Make provisions for that to happen, Coach KB. We are now going to the World Cup. Take fans into the World Cup. But ngoba siyazi ukuthi la abantu bethu abanayo imali yokuthi bangatravela. South Africa is a country in a highest employment ever. So I'm saying make provisions for that. Take 100 nyana yabantu abangaya basupport abafana bethu into the World Cup. But secondly, we need to be honest about the other players that were omitted into the national team, into the system. Let's put our arrogance aside and let's allow the best players in the country to represent us to World Cup. Then we'll be able to compete. You see, once we still have into Zama favoritism, this one is not going to play, this one will play, this one did this in the past, therefore he cannot be included into then we'll have a problem, because it means we are being personal. So I'm saying if we are really willing to go and compete into the World Cup, let's take players that are currently on form to go and represent us in the World Cup without necessarily put in the lens as to this one is playing for which team, and that, because that thing divides us as a nation. And we went to AFCON highly divided as a country.
Yes.
So I'm saying, if you are a leader like your SAFA, including the coach, unite the nation. Take personnels that are going to represent us in a World Cup, and I think things will be better.
But now, Brajab, you're speaking about form. Before I just respond on that KF match,
Yeah.
or before we get there. So I personally feel that the AFCON, as you said, as a nation, we were divided.
We're disorganized.
Yeah, I also felt that there was not great combination in the team. I don't think there was great combination. The only thing that I don't approve of is, or I feel had done or always heard when I hear it's the pinpointing that is happening to certain players. Like Yongezana, we spoke about it.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for somebody to come to me to say they scored this goal because Ngezana was dribbled or because Ngezana. You can't point to one.
There was no cohesion in the team.
Yes.
Hence I said to you previously, I said I don't want to point fingers into certain players that didn't come to the party. The whole team was a bit disjointed. So perhaps we are out today because there was no hegemony there within the players themselves, and that can only happen if there's a proper management that is going to manage even the drifts that are there in the squad.
Now, what you just said brings me to your point where you said we need to select the team on merits or on form.
Yeah.
So now, if the coach has to select all the players that are on form, because I'm looking at how he normally selects, I think he's got his own camp.
Yeah.
I think Uberuz has the soldiers, the trusted soldiers that he normally has in the back of the head and say, okay, this is the core of the team, and then I'll choose around. So we're going on to the World Cup. You're looking at the fact that currently Orlando Pirates are leading, or they are. I'm not sure if they are the best team, but according to me, they are the best team in South Africa currently. I mean, they've won the 3 trophies this season. They are on top of the log. So if we are speaking about current form, they are the best team.
Yeah.
You speak about Mamelodi Sundowns that has been dominating the Betway for years and years, and they've been competing, and they're still competing in the Africa. You've got Sekhukhune that is slowly but surely, but they are competing. You have your Kaizer Chiefs, which for me, I always say Kaizer Chiefs is a nation. You see, it's one of the biggest teams in Africa. I always say when Chiefs wins, you will see there's less accidents on the roads because that's how happy people are. You see? So you take that.
Yeah.
So now, if you are going to be selecting people based on the form, when will we ever have a combination play, or are we going to say, okay, these are the best players that we have in the league and this is the team? I'm saying this because you look at the previous AFCON, majority was Mamelodi Sundowns.
Oh yeah.
You look at this AFCON, majority was Orlando Pirates. But if you're going deep into the team, the lineup doesn't say majority was Orlando Pirates. So those small aspects, selecting everyone over, maybe the coach is trying to, someone said, I don't remember who is it, and I'm sorry, but I always like to give credit, especially if I heard something from Brajab. I would like to say, Brajab said, I don't remember who said this, but someone said that national team doesn't need a coach, it needs a manager.
Yeah, sure.
Somebody who will just manage.
Yeah.
So I think in Hugo's defense, I'm thinking he selects his team based on less coaching. He's just managing. He's calling majority of this because he understands they'll combine.
Yeah.
But with that being said, going on to the World Cup, like you're saying, you would love to see players being chosen based on
merits. And let's shy away from clubism. Yes, Paris is doing well.
Yeah.
But you've got how many teams in the PSL? It doesn't necessarily mean that when your team is not doing well in the PSL, therefore
you don't have good players.
We don't have good players in that team. You still have your Grobler, Sekhukhune. You still have players go Arrows. So broaden your
selection.
Your way of selecting players. Broaden it. Take into cognizance that there are players that are playing in the whole league, and it's 16 teams. But over and above that, we also have good players that are playing in the continent, outside South Africa. Look into those players. If you see that they are fit enough to represent the country, call him in, because when you go to your World Cup, your AFCON, teams and countries bring one of their best. they leave politics aside. They
But
bring,
Braja, sorry to disturb you. Sorry
Yeah.
to disturb you. We are. I think we will touch on the Lodge just a bit,
okay,
because I think he was not selected based on whatever that has happened in the past with his social media and all those things. I saw there's a post that is trending now. I don't know if it's his account where apparently it seems to be celebrating the loss, which I don't condone. But
Yeah.
one can come and say he's right because he was left off, the coach is talking, but I don't condone it. He's a professional player. You look into what Victor Osimhen is doing for Nigeria.
Yeah.
I think he's a great striker for me. He's banging goals. But you see him throwing hands at the other players.
Yeah.
So maybe the coach is also looking at that to say, if I cannot control the dressing room,
Yeah.
then why do I need you? What's your take? Do you think the coach needs to select players based on their performance and put a bit of discipline aside for the
Yeah.
sake of we want to win, or the dressing room is more important?
you'll find players like your Pogba, coach, that are misbehaving week in, week out. But when the national team plays, those guys are there. I mean, these players are more like your kids, Coach KB.
Yes.
Akusho ukuthi ingane mayenze mistake 2020. When as a parent, you still say, yeah, in 2020, I remember
did
what
this.
you did. Currently, the player is on form and the player has been rehabilitated. All right, man, yadlala. Call the player to come and represent the country. Then we take it from there. Issues of discipline are forever issues that you are going to reprimand as a coach, because you become a father figure when you are with these boys. Yeah, so these boys cannot be sidelined on the basis of behavior. Teams and countries have worse behaviors. Look, the very same player you're talking about now,
Victor Osimhen.
Victor Osimhen. Look at the behavior. But where's Nigeria? They are still within the tournament. So
Yeah.
those are the things that you manage as a team, from as a coach or a manager from time to time. I'm saying, Coach KB, when we go into the World Cup, because we have qualified.
Not by backdoor this time. Not because we
We qualified, proper.
We've played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if the approach is still going to be the same approach, then it means we're just going to add numbers into the World Cup. That's my take. Unless if we drastically change things, then we'll be able to compete. Including the coach, by the way. If the coach will approach things the way he approached them at AFCON, then we might as well go there and play those 3 games and come back home.
So we take Hugo Broos to World Cup.
Of course, for now, there's no reason for us not to take him, because I'm not the kind of a person that will react quickly and say, hey, let's deal with the coach. I mean, he lost 1 game
Yeah.
or 2 games, go AFCON. I'll still say the structure around him needs to give him proper advices as to what needs to happen moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, and we need to give credit where it's due. I mean, looking at where he found us.
No, we're laughing stock.
You see, and today,
We're laughing
today
stock.
we get knocked out at last 16 and we are angry.
Yeah, no.
So meaning
It means
he-
we're used to winning.
winning. Yeah, he has
when
raised
you are-
the bar way too high for
when
high
you are
for
used to
himself.
winning, of course, you'll have a problem if things are not going your way. So I understand the anger and frustration that is coming from fans, but I'm saying things need to change, and his mentality and ideology moving into that tournament should be reignited, because I think somehow he was also getting it wrong.
You know, I wanted to close, but I'm gonna ask you this. They'll forgive me.
Yeah.
Remember, Mbogas is leaving.
Oh yes.
He's going to USA, where
Yeah.
the coach doesn't really rate the league.
Mm,
We are 5 months away from the
yeah.
World Cup. You see Rushin Dotley coming back
Yeah.
from injury at Kaizer Chiefs.
Yes.
For me, one of the most underrated left centre back we have in South Africa.
Okay.
He's one of the best left centre backs we have. It's just that because he's playing at a team where he's always facing traffic,
Yeah.
we can't see his
Oh
best.
yes.
So now with Mbogazi going to USA,
Mm.
where the coach doesn't really, I mean, we've got players there that are playing in and out. We've got
Yeah,
someone
sure.
who's scoring goals,
Yeah.
but he's not being picked.
Okay.
Solely maybe because he's playing at that league.
So what are you insinuating?
I'm
Are you
asking.
are you
No, I'm
saying the coach
asking
might
you.
not, pick Mbogazi?
I'm asking you, is the coach going
Yeah.
to continue? Because for me, I feel Mbogazi was one of the best defenders,
Yeah.
especially looking at the fact that this was his
No,
first
of course,
AFCON.
that's a rare
It's
talent.
there, yeah.
It's unarguable.
Do you see the boy returning back to this World Cup squad, or do you think the coach will now sideline him? And if the coach brings him in, does it now raise this question as to why is Hlongwane not being called up? Because I mean, stats is there; he's hitting the
Yeah.
back of the net.
Coach, I wouldn't go into that, because those are politics, and you know me.
Yeah,
I don't like football
politics.
I see no reason why the coach cannot select Mbogazi unless if Mbogazi is injured at that particular time. But I think Mbogazi is one of the key players that we have in the Bafana Bafana lineup. It's more like saying we should go to the World Cup without Mrembula Mkwena.
You can't.
It will be or Mudau. That will be a gamble, because those are the players that before you can even begin to combine your lineup already. That name.
But Braja, with
is
you
there.
having said that,
Yeah.
4 months from now, those two players, Mrembola, Vorvai, Mudiba, Williams, they don't get to form, because I honestly feel Mrembola is burning out. If you look at, he never had a really prioritizing season where he rested enough. I think he's starting to burn out.
No,
Maybe Sundowns will give him time to recover and all that. If those guys form drops, remember we were speaking 5 months away.
Yeah.
Now you're planning a World Cup squad. What do? Do you pick them even if they're off form?
I think I've said this in the past, Coach KB.
Yeah.
I mean, angithanda into straight. Angithanda ama-ties. Those players are
the core of the team.
Core of the Bafana team. And when you want to build, you build on that particular layer.
Yeah, you must always have around people that you are building around.
Imagine going to that World Cup without the players that we have just mentioned now. Mudiba, Mrembula.
So on or off form, they are in the team?
They are in the team. Because of what also? We're looking at the continental experience. I've said it in the past that those are the players that even if they are on the bench, they will be able to influence and motivate the players, particularly the new players that will be stage fright to say, hey, let's play football. It's 11 against 11. So you don't even temper, Coach KB. We don't even go there. I don't even want to give you an impression that the coach might drop them. No, that is a core of the team. And they should find themselves.
No, I was just asking you based on you saying players needs to be picked up on merits. But in closing, your closing remarks, how many points do you think Bafana Bafana is getting at the World Cup?
I think it's important to win the first game
against the host.
Yeah, it's important.
We lost to when we were hosting.
Yeah, it's a Mexico, by the way.
Yeah,
it's football. It's played on the field of play. Sometimes teams in paper, they can have the stars and everybody. But if you prepare very well as a team, analyze them properly, of course you can get results. Football is played by 11 personnel on the field of play. So if we can just get 3 points and maybe in a second game, even if we can maybe get a draw. Or maybe win 2 games just to be safe, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. In closing, I Braja won't see us winning 2 games, but I'm always biased when it comes to Bafana Bafana.
No, you have never had confidence into Bafana Bafana.
No, remember at AFCON I told you we might make it to 4, but we're not gonna win it.
Yeah,
and there was small things that I could pick up that the team that we have. You look at the team we have. We had Braja in closing. We had Forster who can finish. But if you look at there were so many new combinations that were coming in.
Yeah.
You see, at the back, we had your 2 center backs. Yeah. Those were new. I knew Mrembola was going to show off a bit of burning out. The number 10 position, you remember we had a questionable about it. So I always knew maybe I had hoped. Yeah. Hence why I'm saying I'm always biased when it comes to Bafana Bafana. Even when I don't think we'll beat Brazil.
Yeah.
If a camera comes in front of me and say Bafana Bafana versus Brazil, I'll say Bafana Bafana. But deep down in the back of the head, I know the answer.
But speak your mind.
Yeah, but you see,
sometimes even in a room full of people,
you must
Coach
always.
KB.
Yeah.
If your conscience tells you that this thing is correct, and the majority of the house is saying no, you must stand your ground and say this is what I believe in. At the end of the day, that will be your opinion, Coach KB, because what we are talking about now is a game of opinions.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. I don't see us winning 2 games. I honestly don't see us winning games.
Let's wait and see.
For me,
they might surprise you. There are surprises in football.
Yeah, not that Bafana Bafana team. So in closing, Brajabi, for me, the best Bafana Bafana can come up with in World Cup, I think, is 2 points.
Yeah.
Unless if there's drastic changes, which I don't think we will have. We only have 5 months left. So I think we are going there. Even if we lose, Brajabu, I'm one person. I don't mind losing. Let's take a loss with pride.
No, but I can't say we are going to lose before we lose. You see, it's in me, unfortunately, Coach KB.
You are being biased.
I know I'm not being biased. I'm being fair to myself. I can't say I'm going to lose before I lose. I can't die before I die. Coach
So
KB.
so according to you, in the 3 games that we are playing,
Yeah,
because we haven't
might
played, we might get 4 points.
Yeah, we might get 4 points.
Okay,
It's
so
possible.
from Brajabu 4 points, Bafana.
Yeah.
From Coach KB 2 points. Danko.
Yeah, siyabonga.